Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
SHALAM to Israel. Means to stand. Upon Yakudim, which means to rise and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer. Abba, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Samaha, Ratazai, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nefelanau, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalach Lanau, Kabawath Now, Kasalach Now, Kabawath Now, Kasalach Now, Kabawath Now, Wala'ah, Dabihan Now, Bunasay One, Abal, Awashai Now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahakapara, Lawalumium, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. Hakak, the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Babukusha, Nathananau, Hakak, Hakak, Kal Makala, will call Mother Salakia. Hakak, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, will call Mother Wa, Hakak, La Tahar. Hamatazarai, Hakak, La Haku, Hamaku, Hakak, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the one Amun. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. The prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Barak Lanau, Wayashala, Wahat, Wayak Sapari, Barak, Rapat, Magun, Nagun, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the one Amun. What we just said was Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha'a, Ayan, Ahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemaiah, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanwam, Shemarka, Anat, La'a, Yanwam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shavamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yah, Yemdika, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakak, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaka, Wa'ak, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, I will love Aman. I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, Salakia. Salakia. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. So, right, bear with me 1 second. All right, Psalms 81. So, like Psalms 83, my apologies. Psalms 83. This one's still on. Psalms 83. Alahaya, all Damayalaka, all Takarash, wa all Tashakwat, all Kayahanna, Awayabika, Yahanna, wa Mashanaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Alamuka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawa, Wayne Tazawa, Al Tazak Kawanika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakita, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, La, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryak, Yakarafa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wayashima'awi, Mawa'aba, Wahagari, the Ball, Wa'amala, Wa'amala, Palashat, I.S.U.P.K, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayo, Zarawat, the Bunny Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Gamad, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabin, Bankal, Koyashwan, Nashimadwa, Ba'ayan Dara, Hayo, Daman, Adam, Shea Thumba, Nadayabu, Kairan, Ukazahab, Ukazabak, Ukazaluna, Call and say come, Ashar, Amawa, Nairusha, Nawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Shea Thumba, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanyoka, Kaash, Shabairi, Ukalahab, Talahat, Paryam, Khan, Taradapma, Basairi, Wamasapaka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kolawan, Waya Kwashwa, Shimka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahawa, Aya, Waya Parwa, Waya Batwa, Waya Aya, Kaya, Atha, Shimka, Yahawa, the Batka, Al, you want, Al, call her, Ratiza, Amon. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Agarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kissam, which perished at Endor. Salah, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, made their nobles like Oreb, and like Zed, yea, all their princes, as Sabbath, and as Yahanna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. The prayer for the blessings of the power structure. Barakatha Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, why Mayaka why Alahaya, Matzalakia, Matzazabi, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawapim, Ha Sarandi, Ha Kwatazayanya, Ha Hayayoya, why Wafi, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Waraman. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Go ahead, clap it up. All right. Go ahead, clap it up. Most High in Christ, brothers and sisters checking in. Most High in Christ. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua thumbs to all the brothers, and Yahweh Shemala thumbs Bashim Yahshua to all the sisters. All right, we're in Numbers chapter 10 and verse 31. All right, just bear with me. All right, we're in Numbers chapter 10 and verse 31. All right. One's missing. Boy. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Just bear with me, brothers and sisters. Bear with me. There we go. God, Most High Christ. All right. Let me give myself a hand. Most High Christ. All right. Let's go. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 31. All right. Where Amar al Na'ah, the Izab, I Athanawa, Kaya, Al, Khan, Salakia, Yadaif, Kana Thanawa, Kanathanawa. All right. Bama Debar, Wahayath, Lanawa, Lai Yanyam. Verse 32. Wahaya Salakia. Wahaya Kaya Talak. I'm Nawa. Wahaya Hatawab Hahawa'a Ashar Yayat Salakia. Tayab Yahweh Salakia. I Manoa Wahata Wahatabnoa Lock. This is verse 33. Wayasa Iowa Mahar Yahweh the rock Shalash Salakia Shalashath Yum Yum Wa'ara'an Salakia Wa'arawan Wa'arawan Baryath Yahweh Nasai Lapunyahum, the rock, Shalashath, Yum Yum, Lathawar, Lahum, Manawak, verse 34. Wa'ainan, Yahweh, Al Yahum, Yawam, Banasa'ain, Man, Hamakana, Pa. That would be Salaki. I don't believe that's, yeah, that's fine. That's too wild. The last word on that verse in Hebrew is Hamakana. Yeah. After that is not. All right. This is verse 35, Salaki. Wayahaya, Banasai, Ha'aratazah, Ha'aran, Waya Amar, Masha, Kwawama, Yahweh, Waya Patazawa, Salaki, Patazawa, Waya Patazawa, Ayabyak, Waya Yanasawa, Waya Nasawa, Mashana Ayak, what's Salaki, Mashana Ayak, Mashana Ayak, Mapunyak, verse 36. Wabanaka, Yamar, Shawaba, Yahweh, Rabawath, Alapia, Yasha'Allah. This is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1. Wayahaya, Ha'ain, Kamath Ananyam, yep, Kamath Ananyam, Rai, Ba'azaniya, Yahweh, Wayashemai, Yahweh, Wayachar, Abwa. It's hard for me to see from that distance. Excuse me, Salakia. What the buyer, Bum, Ash, Yahweh, what the Akala, what the Akala, Bakwataza, Hamakana. All right. Let's go back. We're in Numbers chapter 10 and verse 31. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness the Most High shall do unto us, the same will we do unto thee. Verse 33. And they departed from the mount of the Most High 3 days' journey. And the ark of the covenant of the Most High went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. Verse 34. And the cloud of the Most High was upon them by day, when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass when the ark set forward that Moses said, rise up, Most High, and let thy enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. Verse 36. And when it rested, he said, return, O Most High, until the many thousands of Israel. Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Most High, and the Most High heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Most High burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. This is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 2. Wait 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. Yep. Okay. I'm right. Yep. I'm right. All right. No sweat. This is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 2. Where it says the I-Qua, Ha'ain, all, Mashah, where the Thapalal, Mashah, al, Yahweh, what the Shakwai, Ha'ash, verse 3. Where Kora'ah, Sham, Hamakuram, Hawa'ah, the Ba'ir, Salakia, Kaya, Ba'ira, Bum, Ash, Yahweh, verse 4. Ashar, Bakarabah, Salakia, Korabwa, Bakarabwa, Hathawawa, Tha'awa'a, Waya Shabwa, Waya Bakar, Salaki, Waya Bakwa, Gum, Manya, Yasha'ala, Waya Mara, Salaki, Waya Morawa, Maya, Ya Kalanawa, Bashar. This is verse 5. Zakaranwa, Ath, Haraga, Ashar, Naakala, Bamatazarayim, Hanam, Ath, Hakwashayim, Wa'ath, Ha'abatakyam, Wa'ath, Hakatazayar, Wa'ath, Habatazalayim, Wa'ath, Hashawamyam. Verse 6. Wa'aitha, Napashanawa, Yabash, Ayan, Kal, Balathia, Al, Haman, Ayanyanawa. Verse 7. Wahaman, Kazarai, God, Hawa'ah, Wa'ayanawa, Ka'ayan, Habadalath, verse 8. Shadawa, Ha'ain, Salakia, Walakwatwa, Warakanawa, Barakayam, Awa, the Dakawa, Bamadaka, Wabash, Salaki, Wabashalawa, Bapa War, Wa'ishawa, Athwa, Agarath, Wahaya, Itamawa, Kasa'aim, Lashad, Hashaman. All right. Let's go back up. Verse 2, chapter 11, the book of Numbers. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Most High, the fire was quenched, And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Most High burnt among them. Verse 4, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. The number one mistake of you getting free from your oppressor is longing and lusting for the day that you were enslaved by your oppressor. That's why the Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, the Rainbow Coalition, the Democratic Party, the Black Democratic Republic Convention, the Black Republican Convention will never work and has never worked. Because the moment that you begin to lust after the sin that your oppressor provided you in captivity, you will never be free. The moment you continue to lust after Christmas and Thanksgiving and weed and Percocets and Molly and fentanyl and white women and Asian women and homosexuality, you will never be free. You have to stop lusting after what the Most High God is taking away from you. You can't get free from your oppressor if you love the things that your oppressor loves. If you have sex with who your oppressor has sex with. If you live the way your oppressor lives, you will never be free. That's why the Black Panther Party failed. The Black Panther Party loved white women, loved whores, and loved LGBTQ like Angela Davis. Shaka Khan was a Black Panther cub. At 15 years old, grew up marrying a white man, because being pro-Black, being in the Black Panther Party, being Nation of Islam, you are led to lust after what your oppressor gives you. The drugs, the lifestyle, the heroin, the white women, all of the lust your oppressor provides you, you will continue to lust after. You will continue to want. You will continue to think that you need. And because of that, you will never be free from your oppressor, because you love what the oppressor gives you, the sin he gives you. We did the same thing coming out of Egypt. The Bible says, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again. Who are the children of Israel? You are, black man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are the children of Israel, contrary to popular belief. Everyone knows that the children of Israel were black and have always been black and are black today. We're Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is who we were a long time ago, the same people you are now. You see how I said they fell a lusting? We fall a lusting today. Over what? Over whores. What do we fall a lusting over now? Over money, over the Democratic Party, over voting, over politics. We fall a lusting over blackity-black organizations that do nothing for the people. We fall a lusting over drugs, over sin. That's what we fall a lusting over. Christmas and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. That's what we fall a lusting over today. LGBTQ alternative lifestyles. God never made an alternative way of life. I'm a man trapped in a woman's body and a woman trapped in a man's body. That's a lust that your oppressor provides you, a lifestyle that your oppressor provides you that God never provided for you. Being a Christian or a Moor or a Muslim or the Nation of Islam, that's what we fall a lusting on over today, just like we did 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. We still make the same mistake of lusting over something your oppressor gave to you, provided to you. Let's keep reading. And said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Brother, this is the ignorance of the Black Christian church. Black Christians don't have faith in the Most High God. That's why you don't join the I.S.U.P.K, because you don't see how the Most High God, or what will be more apropos is to insert the Black Panther Party right there. The Black Panthers, they didn't join the I.S.U.P.K in the 60s and the 70s, even though we were around since then. You know what they decided to do in Oakland, California? Get guns, thinking guns would save them, thinking that they had more faith in guns than the Most High God. That's our problem. That's the problem here. God just brought us out of Egypt, and we are lusting after the Egyptians. We're lusting after the food they gave us, the flesh pots we ate out of, the restaurants that we had. We lusted after that coming out of Egypt, knowing that God just got us out of Egypt, freed us out of Egypt. And here we are lusting after our slave master. Brother, that's 2026. That's the life of being Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Lusting after what your oppressor gives you. Everyone understand? It says in verse 5, we remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. You know what manna is? Bread. The Lord did give them something to eat, but it wasn't what you wanted. That sums up why you're not in the I.S.U.P.K. That sums up why the Black Panthers, instead of joining those 7 brothers who established this school under Abba Bivens in 1969, they instead followed Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton in Oakland, and then Chicago, and then Harlem, and then all over the country, until the FBI with COINTELPRO dismantled the entire organization of the Black Panther Party. That sums up why they joined them and not us. Because it's not enough for you to just keep the law. It's not enough for you to live how we live. For you to get the protection from your oppressor, you think that you have to get guns. You got to get 50 acres of land. You have to go and you have to do some garbage that you think from your oppressor teaching you that this is how you get free. You think you're going to get freedom the way that George Washington got freedom. That's not how you get freedom if you're Black and Hispanic. If you're Black and Hispanic, you have to do something called obedience to the Lord. That's how we get free. Not by lusting after America, aka Egypt, aka Babylon. That's not how we get free. You don't get free by celebrating Christmas more. You don't get free by spending more money on Thanksgiving. You get free by doing the opposite of what your oppressor does, which is not getting high, not having sex outside of your race, and joining the UPK. That's how you really get freedom. But that's not enough for them, or for the Black Panther Party, or for Black Christians. You think you can get your freedom another way. That is what plagued us 6,000 years ago. Here we are coming out of Egypt, thanks to the Most High God. And now it's not enough. Now it's not enough. Now we want more than just manna. We want more than bread. I thought they said, what are we going to eat? They were eating manna. That's what we were eating. We were eating bread that the Lord provided for us. Food that God gave us, but it wasn't enough. Now you see why when Christ taught us how to pray in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13, Christ said what? Give us this day our daily bread. So you don't be some lustful Christian that Drewski made fun of in his skit. You can never have enough. You know who else can ever have enough? Your oppressor, Donald Trump. That's who can never have enough. White men can never have enough. You know that Adolf Hitler would have won. His winning in war is different than in your mind, like winning a football game. But Adolf Hitler would have won. The Nazi Germany would have won in his grand scheme of things, his grand strategy, if he never would have gotten greedy and tried to take the entire country of Russia. Did anybody else know that? Anybody know that if Adolf Hitler would have never tried to take the entire country of Russia, they would have won the war. And when I say won the war, meaning in his strategy, he wanted to create what America did over here in the West. He wanted the United States of Germany. He would have had that had he not been so greedy. That's why Christ taught us, give us this day our daily bread. Be content with what you have. That's true success. If you have one Rolls Royce, why do you need 50 Rolls Royces? You have a beautiful home. Why do you need a 15-bedroom home when you only have 3 kids? Why do you need 5 homes? Why do you need 60,000 acres of land when 1,000 acres of land will work just fine? Don't get greedy, and that's our problem. Our problem is lusting after what someone else has. That's why it's in the law to not do that, to not begin to want what someone else has. Why? Because that there is the downfall of man, wanting what this man has, wanting what she has. She's got this. Be content with what you have. This manna should be enough for you. This bread should be enough. This bread and water is enough for me. I don't have to look at how Jay-Z lives and say, oh man, I want the cars he has. I'm lusting after the cars he has and all the white women he has. I don't want that. I want what the Lord gives me every day. That's what I want. I want to go and become a pediatric neurosurgeon. That's my goal. I'm going to meet that goal, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't have to do this. I don't have to be some stupid rapper or be a stupid entertainer for the white man. I don't want to lust after what they have. That's a great lesson to teach your child, to teach your children. It's here in the Bible. This is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 7. Verse 6. But now our soul is dried away. Here we are complaining yet again. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians complaining under Moses once again that the manna God gave us wasn't enough. We got to have more. We got to have what we had in Egypt. Guess what else you had in Egypt, dummies? You had slavery. That's what you had in Egypt. And that's something that Christians don't understand. The more you want to be like white people, the closer you want to get to white people. The white man did have, listen, there was a time when we were close to white people. There was a time when we were able to celebrate what he celebrated, live where he lived. All you black, Dr. King wanted to live where white people live and eat where white people ate. Dr. King, civil rights Negroes, black Christians, listen up. There was a time when your forefathers did eat where white people ate, and they lived in the same house as white people. Does anyone want to give me a guess of when that period of time was in American history? Anybody want to give it a shot on when black people lived where white people lived and ate where white people ate? Anyone know? For time's sake, I'm going to give it to you. In slavery. That's when black people and Latinos and Native Indians, when we lived where white people lived and ate where white people ate. But that wasn't enough. Dr. King, we had our own schools, our own hospitals, our own everything, banks and everything. Dr. King, that wasn't enough for Dr. King. So what did he do? He decided to march so that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can live where white people lived, can eat where white people ate. And guess what? That period of time that he wasn't even thinking of because of his lust was slavery. So now what happened to Dr. King's plan? Dr. King's dream and his plan is in the dumps thanks to a white man by the name of Donald Trump. Now everything Dr. King gave his life for was all for naught because he lusted after his oppressor and because he wasn't even thinking about slavery, about his past. The sister said, better education, better health care, better restaurants, better hospitality. Give her a hand. Absolutely. And Dr. King was willing to give it all up the same way we were coming out of Egypt. But now our soul is dried away. That was Dr. King. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. Dr. King said he wanted to integrate because when the movies came out back in the 50s, him and his brother and sister would have to go into the black movie theater and watch the movie 3, 4, 5 days later than when it came out in the white theater. So because the movie came out a few days early in the white movie theater, guess what Dr. King said? I want to get into that white movie theater so that I could watch a movie when it comes out instead of going to the movie theater my people already have. I want to drink from his water fountain because the water fountain I have is not. His soul was dried away. That's a selfish, lustful bastard, someone like that. Well, what you have is just not enough. You already have movie theaters. Like the sister Yapashiar said, better education, better health care, better hospitality. What you had was better, but you want something that your oppressor has. That's lust. And you are not allowed to lust after what another man has, not his woman or his possessions, anything. Vice versa with women. You can't lust after what this person has. You can't do that. Everyone understand? Verse 7, and the manna was as coriander seed, and the colorful thereof as the colorful of Belgium. This is verse 8. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills or beat it in a mortar and baked it in pans and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. This was some delicious food. This manna that the Lord gave us. This manna the Lord gave us was delicious. This is the best bread you could ever eat. You understand? The best bread you could have ever ate. And they were complaining about this. We complained about this. We, under Moses, complained about the best bread you could ever eat. Just like Dr. King and civil rights leaders complaining about the things that we already had in the Black community, complaining about it. I want better. I want more. I want more. I want what the white man has. I want a white woman. That's where it led to. And instead of just living amongst white people, now you want to have sex with his woman. That was the root of the civil rights movement. That was the reason why he even did the whole thing, was to be with white women. And so Black women can be with white men. How is that working out for us? I'll move on. This is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 9. All right. This is Numbers chapter 11 verse 9. Wabaradath. Let me look this up so I can. Wabaradath. Hatal. Hatzalah. Al. Hamakana. Layla. Yerad. Aman. Alyua. Verse 10. Wayashemai. Masha. Ath. Ha'ain. Baka. Lamashapak. Salakia. Lamashapakatha. Pakathayawa. Lamashapakathayawa. Ayash. Lapathak. Ahalawa. Salakia. Ahalawa. Wayakar. Yahweh. Ma'ad. Ayanya. Waba Ayanya. Masha. Rai. Verse 11. Wayamar. Masha. Al. Yahweh. Lama. Hara'aith. La'ibadath. Salaki. La'ibadath. Walama. La'a. Matazat. Salaki. Matazafia. Khan. Ba'ayanyak. Lashawam. Af. Masha'ah. Kal. Ha'ain. Hazaha. Al-Ya. All right, verse 12. Ha'anakia. Haryafia. Af. Kal. Ha'ain. Hazaha. Am. Anakia. Yaladath Yahweh. Yaladath Yahweh. Kaya. Yeah, Salaki. Kaya. That ain't right. Yaladath Yahweh. Yeah, Yaladath Yahweh. Yaladath Yahweh. Kaya. Thamar. Alya. Sha'ahawa. Baka Yaquad. Salaki. Baka Yaquak. Ka'ashar. Yesha'ah. Ha'aman. Ath. Hayanak. Al. Ha'adama. Ashar. Nashabaith. La'abathua. Verse 12. I'm sorry, verse 13. Ma'ayan. La'ya. Bashar. Lathath. Lakala. Lakal. Lakal. Ha'ain. Hazaha. Kaya. Yabakua. Al-Ya. La'amar. Thana. Lanawa. Bashar. Wana Akala. Verse 14. La'a. I will call. Anakia. Labadya. Lasha'ath. Ath. Call. Ha'ain. Hazaha. Kaya. Kabad. Mamanya. Verse 15. Wa'am. Kaka. Ath. Aisha. Laya. Haraganya. Na'a. Harag. Am. Matazafia. Khan. Ba'ayanyak. Wa'al. Ara'a. Bara'athia. All right, let's go back up to Numbers chapter 11, verse 9. All right. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Most High was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. Yeah, I would be displeased too. You niggas is complaining about nothing. You're complaining because you simply want to go and eat the food you ate in Egypt. Who does that, excuse me, who does that sound like? Black Christians, Hispanic and Native Indian Christians and Catholics. You love your oppression so much, you can't imagine life without the food that you eat in your oppression. Even though the Lord is giving you bread that tastes like fresh oil, delicious bread, and you can't appreciate it. That's another thing that lust and covetousness does. You can't appreciate something you get because you're always looking to get what this person has or to get what you had in slavery. You can't even appreciate the fact that you made it out of Egypt. You established a military, a law, a socioeconomic. You established this under the Most High and under Moses. And here you are complaining that you don't have the onions and the leeks and the melons that you had in Egypt. Like, what is your problem? Your problem is lust. That's the problem. And lusting after something is wanting something isn't terrible. It's not bad. But brother, you have to, and sister, you have to appreciate what you have. Be content. That's all. Just be content. Give us this day our daily bread. Not give us tomorrow, not win the lottery, not own a 50 mansions like some old white man that's rich, like the Waltons, Sam Walton's kids. Don't do that. That is not the spirit of our people, to just be coveted and love and want everything somebody else has. Be content with what I have. 5 kids, 6 children. They all made the honor roll. They all made the honor roll. Even though I may not have succeeded in life, I'm going to raise my 5 or 6 children to be better than me, in a better environment than me, to be educated, more educated than me. That's realistic. That's healthy. That's not a sin. I have 5 kids that are on honor roll, but boy, I want this brand new Rolls Royce and this brand new mansion. I see this guy I grew up with. He has a mansion. He has a Rolls Royce. He has this. He has 5 white women. I want what he has. Come on, now that's a sin, to covet what somebody else has. I want his wife. It's a sin. I want his car. That's a sin. You can appreciate something, admire something. The moment you want that for yourself, brother, you are down a destructive path. Sister, you too. You have to appreciate what you do have. Appreciate what you have and be content. Learn to be content through every stage of life. Then you will be okay. Then you won't have to worry about wanting what your oppressor gives you the way we did coming out of Egypt, the way we do right now. Let's keep going. Sister said, slave, Stockholm Syndrome, then and now. Yeah, we do have it, says bad. Why is it we are scared of change as people? Do you think we are scared of change as people, and why? Yes, I do believe that we are scared. We are scared to be free because we cannot. And listen, the reason I'm telling you, yes, I know this for a fact, because we do interviews, me and the brothers in here. And we've asked Black people this question while we did interviews. It's up on our page. You should subscribe and like our page and follow all of our social media pages, I.S.U.P.K. Kansas City, including this that you're watching it off of. We interviewed these sisters on 18th and Vine, a historic Black district here in Kansas City, Missouri, on the Missouri side. And we asked one sister in particular, I remember asking her, I said, do you believe that you will be able to live without white people? I asked her that question, and she said, no, I don't believe that I will be able to live. I can't imagine a life without white people in it. That's our problem, is we're afraid to be free. This is different than being afraid to be free. Remember, we're reading about our freedom. We're not, this is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 11. We aren't in captivity in Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. We are in a land of our own in Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. There is no one oppressing us in Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. The Egyptians are gone in Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. We are afraid to be free. We are lusting after being a slave again. That's what we're reading about. We're lusting after being back in captivity because of the convenience of being a slave.
That's what our problem was in the book of Numbers. Our problem that we're reading about, sis, is not the fact that they're afraid to get free. That's our problem right now in 2026. The Latinos, North American Indian, and Negroes, we are all, you know how I know? Go ask, if you don't believe me, go ask Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Ask them. Ask this question. Can you imagine a life in America or in Mexico or in whatever country in the UK without white people? Do you know what you will do without white people? Do you know how you would eat without white people? Do you know how you would live? How would you get your food? How would you get your fuel? How would you get paid? A white man owns the job that you work at. A white man gives you the food that you eat. A white man comes and knocks on your door when you call 911, when you ask for protection or you think you've been robbed. A white man is the one who flies your planes. A white man is your doctor. A white man is your dentist. A white woman gives birth to your children. A white woman teaches and educates your children. A white woman is over the education department of this country for your Black and Hispanic and Native Indian children. There are white chiefs on North American Indian Gadite tribes. There are white police officers that respond to the calls when you call the police. A white man is going to, a white woman is going to educate your children. A white man is over the Department of Health. So that decides whether or not you get medicine, that decides the type of treatment you get in the hospital. Can you imagine a life without white people? Do you know what Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going to say? No, I cannot imagine a life without white people because we are afraid to be free from white people. That's our problem, sis. The problem we had that we're reading about in the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 11, we're not afraid of being free because we're already free here. We're afraid of living a life without our oppressor. What is life like without our oppressor? We're going to find out. They're finding out now how hard it is to be a free people. You are the people who instead of depending on another race to give you food and medicine and healthcare and education, you have to do it for yourself. Now you can't be lazy like Black Christians are. You can't be lazy. You have to get up and do it for yourself, and that's not something we're willing to do. We're wanting to go back to Egypt. We want the flesh pots, the leeks, the onions, the melons, the life that we had before freedom. All these blackity black niggas talking about freedom and we killing white people and we got to get free. They have a white woman. They don't know what they would do without white tail. They don't know what they will do without white people. They complain about Trump. If Trump or a white man, that every white president have been the same as Donald Trump. They're all ignorant, stupid, and racist. So if you didn't have a president, you would be scared to death if you're Black and Hispanic. You would be scared to death. You don't know what it is to be free. Are you kidding me? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians don't know what that feels like. You don't know what that is. You don't know what real freedom truly is. You don't know what it's like to not be a slave. You don't have somebody to depend on for your basic needs. You don't call somebody to protect you. You have to defend yourself. You know what else that means? That you can't depend on a National Guard or military to defend your home front. You have to be man enough to do it. That means you can't get your nails polished and manicured. That means you are going to go weeks and months and years without seeing your wife and your children, without getting a manicure and a pedicure and the finest clothes from Louis Vuitton. You know what your nation is? A bunch of well-manicured sissies. That's what Black men have become. The tribe of Judah has become a bunch of well-manicured sissies who are uneducated, who don't know anything, and who love and depend on your oppressor for everything. That's what we become. You don't know what you would do without white people. I don't want to hear another nigga talking about, well, we got to get free. You don't want to be free. If you want to be free, you would stop sinning. That's how you know someone is truly willing to be free. The only people I know that want to be free are in the I.S.U.P.K. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you love America and you really don't want America to end. That's another thing to the sister Yapashiar. You got a bunch of niggas that believe that China would defeat America and they want China to defeat America. No, you don't. You don't want China to defeat America because you don't know what you would do if the Chinese were in charge of you. You don't know their culture. You don't know their language. You are ignorant and stupid and dumb, and you get high all day. How would you be free from your oppressor and you smoke the weed he gives you? You don't smoke weed because you want to smoke weed. You smoke weed because the white man lets you smoke weed. You have sex with white women because the white man lets you have sex with white women. How do I know? Because if he didn't want you to have sex with his women, there would be a noose around your neck and you would be swinging from a tree. If the white man didn't want you to get high, you would be locked away in the penitentiary in solitary confinement for 23 and 1, 24 and 1, 23 and 1, 22 and 2. That would be your life if your oppressor doesn't allow you the lust and the sin he gives you. He allows you to sin and you accept it and you take it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Let's keep going. Numbers chapter 11 and verse 11. And Moses said unto the Most High, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Now Moses is making a huge error or huge mistake. Moses is beginning to get overwhelmed. And that's a position of leadership that, only Commanding General Yahanna, the generals, would understand that type of pressure. As a camp leader, you got a little bit of pressure, but damn, you don't got what Moses had. Moses was in charge of all of Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm only in charge of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians in Kansas City, 816 and 913. I'm not in charge of every nigga everywhere all over the earth. That's not my job, right? I'm an officer of 5,000. So effective immediately, I'm responsible for 5,000 men and their families. That's it. I don't have the captains above me job or the generals above me or the Commanding General Yahanna in charge of the entire nation. He would understand what Moses was feeling. I don't. I just know what it is to go to camp, fish, and get the numbers up on social media and to make sure the brothers and sisters in my zone are taken care of. I don't know what it's like to be in charge of every zone everywhere. That's Commanding General Yahanna. Moses felt that. He began to feel overwhelmed. Why? Because you got a million niggas complaining to you every day. That is overwhelming. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? Can we go back to Egypt? Can we do this? That's why the Lord felt the same way. The Lord said, nigga, I'm about to just end the whole nation and just start over with Moses. All of us would have just been Mosesites. There wouldn't have been no tribe of Ephraim, Manasseh, Judah, Benjamin, Simeon, Levi, Naphtali, Gad, Reuben. There wouldn't have been nothing but a Mosesite because of all the complaints that we began to complain to the Lord and to Moses. God was sick of it. He was sick of us. Very rightfully so. Moses was too. And I don't blame him. This is verse 13. Verse 12. Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers? Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. Verse 15. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. This is an honest brother. And this is what you will see with every prophet and priest under the Most High God in the Bible that has a book. Everyone, you read about Isaiah, Ezekiel, you read from their books, they also begin to get the same discouraging spirit, the spirit of discouragement, where you are so discouraged, you're like, man, I don't even want this job no more. Why did you choose me? I don't want this. I don't want to be in charge of a bunch of nagging niggas and spicks and redskins. Who the hell would want that job? I have to teach them righteousness. I have to listen to all of their problems. I got to hear you tell me how this man don't want you. When I got bigger problems, you sisters calling General Muhammad about your husband that you chose to be with. And meanwhile, there are people that have guns in their mouths who really need real help. People who are deformed and born a certain way, they really need help. What are you, because you found a woman's number in your husband's phone, so what are you going to bother the general or your camp leader about that? Over a man? Is that your life? Is that the hardest thing that you have going on in your life, is being a jealous, stupid woman? There are bigger fish to fry than you. Bigger problems than you getting jealous over your man having other women. Your man has other women. It's as simple as that, right? That's simple. Your children are stupid. You calling the general, I think my child, he is stupid. Get him tested. That's all. right? A lot of problems you could just, I'm not discouraging no one to make a phone call. I ain't doing none of that. But I'm telling you to grow the hell up. You're not 13 anymore. You're not a child. You're an adult. You're an adult. You can handle your problems. You can absolutely handle them if you grow up. If you grow up. You got to be a full-grown man and woman to handle your issues and your problems. Problems you think are so big that are not big. That you think is the end of the world, and it is not the end of the world. Okay? And Moses felt that. He's like, man, I don't want to do this no more because this is a bunch of kids, a bunch of whining, nagging children. You know what adults do? Adults suck it up. That's what adults do. They don't whine and nag and complain. Oh, I hate this. I don't like this. I don't like that. They don't do all that. A man and a woman, a grown man and woman, suck it up. Excuse me. They say in their mind, I don't really care for this, but I'm going to get it done. That's a man. That's a woman. Everyone understand? And if thou deal thus with me, oh, I already read that. No sweat. I already read that. All right. So bottom line, Moses was getting sick and tired of us. Rightfully so. So tired that he didn't even want to be in charge of this nation anymore. That's how discouraged he felt, because it is a heavy burden, heavier than any of us would ever know. All right, this is Numbers chapter 11, verse 16. Wayamar Yahweh al Mashah I.S.U.P.K, so like I.S.U.P.K, Laya, Shebayim, Ayash, Mazaquania, Yasha'ala, Ashar, Yadaif, Kaya Ham, Zaquania, Ha'ain, Washatariwa, Walakwakath, Atham, All, Ahal, Mawa'id, Wahathayatazabwa, Sham, Imak, verse 17. Wayaradathia, what a Barathia, Imak, Sham, Wa'atazalathia, Man, Harawath, Ashar, Al-Yak, Washamathia, Al-Yaham, Wanasha'awa, Athak, Bamasha, Ha'ain, Wala'ah, Thashah, Athak, Labadak, verse 18. Wa'al, Ha'ain, Tha'amar, Hatakodashwa, Lamakar, Wa'akalatham, Bashar, Kaya, Bakayath, Salaki, Bakayatham, Ba'azania, Yahweh, La'amar, Maya, Ya'akalanawa, Bashar, Kaya, Tawab, Lanawa, Bamatazarium, Wanatham, Yahweh, Lakam, Bashar, Akalatham, verse 19. La'ah, Yawam, Achad, the Aklawan, Wala'ah, Yawamyam, Wala'ah, Kamash, Yum, Wala'ah, Aishara, Yum, Wala'ah, Asharanyam, Asharyam, Salaki, Asharyam, Yawam, verse 20. I, Kadash, Yum, I, Ashar, Yataza'ah, Ma'apakam, Wahaya, Lakam, Lazara'ah, Ya'ain, Kaya, Ma'asatham, Af, Yahweh, Ashar, Bakarabkam, what the Bakar, Salakia, that ain't what the Bakar, Salakia, what the Bakawa, Lapunyua, La'amar, Lama, Za, Yataza Anawa, Mama Tazarian, verse 21. Wayamar, Masha, Shasha, Ma'awath, Allah, Regalia, Ha'ain, Ashar, Anakia, Bakarwabwa, Wa'atha, Amarath, excuse me, Bashar, Athan, Laham, wa aqwa, kadash, yum yum. Verse 22. Ataza awa, wa bakwar, yashacham, wa islak, yashachat, laham, wa mataza laham, af, call, dagaya, hayawam, salaki hayam, ya asap, laham, wa mataza laham. This is Numbers chapter 11, verse 16. And the Most High said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. You know what Moses needs? Brothers, help. That's what he needs. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. This is the same reason the Lord gave Adam and Eve help. There's nothing wrong getting help. And I know blacks and Hispanics, we have a problem. We have such pride in doing it ourselves. Brother, let me tell you something. Sister, let me tell you something. There is nothing better than to have someone that you can depend on. It is one of the best things in life, that you don't have to go through life alone. That's what this school is built based on. Brotherhood, sisterhood. You don't have to go through this alone. You lost a loved one. You have brothers and sisters that is going to feel your hurt with you, that you can cry with, that you can talk to. There's counsel in this school for you to call. You don't have to go through anything alone. We are here for one another. And that is something that sets this school apart from everybody, because Christians will talk behind your back. Christians talk that like they are going to be there for you through thick and thin, but then one bad disagreement and then you can't be together. Here's a good concept of foundational understanding of brotherhood. You cannot be brothers or sisters and the two of you don't disagree. The two of you don't agree. If you disagree, you can't be brothers. How can I be Muslim, you be Christian, and we're brothers? That will never last. It will never succeed. How can you be a Republican and me a Democrat, and now we're brothers? It will never happen. Do you want to know why? Because the first step in being brothers and sisters is you have to agree on the things that matter. I'm not talking about agreeing on who's the greatest basketball player or some vain nonsense. I mean, can a man have multiple wives? Is Jesus Christ black? Is being a Christian a sin? For the life of me, how are some of you brothers, or how are some of you people that believe in the truth friends with people in the world? How does that relationship work? I'm not saying it can't happen, but brother, the Bible says, can the two walk together unless they be agreed? How can I disagree with your lifestyle? We're cool. It never will succeed. It might be fine now because you're weak in the truth, but the moment you get stronger in the truth, you're not going to want to hang out with people in the world because their lifestyle offends you. How they talk. People in the world talk a way that I cannot stand. I cannot stand the way people in the world talk. I love the way we talk in the UPK because I'm One West. I hate how it makes me cringe. It makes it's sickening to hear how black Christians speak. And I don't mean how black Christian pastors talk. I mean like an everyday black Christian. Praise God, brother. You know, Jesus loved. Oh God, I hate it. I don't know how you do it. It ain't no sin. If you're a brother or sister in the truth and you friends with people in the world, Lord be with you. That's all I can tell you. Maybe you're just not strong enough in the truth. That's why you can be around people who are child molesters. Do you know Christians believe in molesting children? I don't understand it. I'm not even going to get into it because it ain't a sin to be friends with anybody. You can be friends with white people. I just don't know how you do it. How do you talk to that sickening family of yours in the world? Let me tell you something. A foundation of brotherhood is we got to agree on everything. That's what makes us family, right? That's what makes us brother. You see, the Lord told Moses to get 70 men, not that are strangers, 70 men that he trusts, 70 brothers that believe what Moses believes. That's the only way this is going to work. That's why this school is unlike no other. Because in the UPK, if you don't agree with us, you're not a part of us. If you don't live how we live, you're not One West. That's why this school is perfect. I could have a disagreement with Captain Mashak. Guess what? The law says I have to go to he and thee alone. I'm going to him for an apology. He says, I apologize, Malak. I'm sorry, or vice versa. Malak, you did something that offended me. Salaki, I don't want to apologize. We tawab. You don't do that in the world. You don't even know what going to he and thee alone means in the world. You know what you do in the world? Gossip. Man, you know this nigga shorted me $5. Man, I ain't fucking with that nigga no more. Excuse my language, but that's how we are in the world. I don't know how you can be in the truth and then you go and then be with people in the world who are not going to handle the situation the same as you in the truth. They don't believe what you believe. Here you are with 15 wives. He's cheating on his woman. So he thinks, well, you should only have one wife like me. But I have 7 whores I have sex with. But happy wife, happy life. How do you even do it? How do you do it? I don't understand it. I'm not going to try to understand it. But nonetheless, it only works if you agree. That's what's so beautiful about brotherhood. I can't have brotherhood with a Black Panther. Are you kidding me? I can't. By the way, for all of you who don't know, the person that y'all see as the general of the new Black Panther Party, Mike Payne, I know him personally in Virginia. He lives in Virginia Beach, him and his wife, and I know him personally. I've been knowing him since 2018. That cat is full of baloney. And he's going viral because the Black Panthers is up there in Minnesota, and he's listen, that cat is full of baloney. I know him personally. I've had personal conversations with. He's a Muslim, number one. How am I supposed to have brotherhood with Mike Payne, with the nigga that's in charge of the old Black Panther Party, new Black Panther Party, when he's a Muslim and I'm not? Muslims killed Abba Bivens. You think I would ever be cool with a Muslim? Are you out of your effing mind? A Muslim killed the founding father of the I.S.U.P.K. You think I could ever be cool with a Muslim? With some nigga that says he's a Muslim? Are you kidding me? It will never happen. That's the beauty of brotherhood. I can trust this brother with my life because we believe in the same thing. I can't trust a brother or sister in the world with my life because they don't believe in the law. They don't believe what I believe. Moses needs brotherhood, and the Lord is providing him with brothers that he can depend on. And that is something that is so beautiful in his life. To have someone that you could depend on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's keep going. Verse 18. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For ye have wept in the ears of the Most High, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore, the Most High will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Verse 19. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you. This is the beautiful thing about the Most High. One of the beautiful things about the Lord. The Lord gives you what you want. And that's a class and a lesson I try to teach as often as I can. I taught it last year. I'm going to teach it again this Wednesday. God absolutely gives you what you want. You want fame? You want to be P. Diddy? Well, guess what? You're going to be like P. Diddy. You're going to end up in jail just like him. You want to live a lifestyle that is alternative? God gave you up to vile affection. That's in the New Testament for you Christians. Here you are wondering why these women are getting abused, because that's what you asked for. You know what else women ask for? They ask for women's rights. They ask to be equal and women's rights. And what's another thing? Women's suffrage. It's another thing women ask for. Oh, women ask to be my body, my choice. That's what women ask for. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women said, it's my body, it's my choice. I have the choice to murder a baby that's growing inside of me. I have the choice to dress how I want. No sweat whore. You want to have sex with as many men as you want. You want to dress how you want to dress, and nobody can slut shame you. You want to murder all the babies you want. America gives you that. Guess what? God gave you up to vile affection. So when you get raped, don't say anything. When you get murdered, don't say anything. When you get fibromyalgia, don't say anything. When men only look at you for your body and not what's in your head, don't complain, because it's what you wanted. You wanted to live a life of promiscuity. So when you get the detriment of being a whore, don't complain, because God gives you what you want. Well, guess what? The Lord is giving us what we want. We want food. The Lord said this. It won't be, Salakia, but even a whole month until it come out of your at your nostrils. You're going to eat so much that you're going to vomit. And guess what you're going to do after you eat that much and vomit? Eat more. You're going to eat so much, it's going to be coming out the wazoo. That's what you asked for. You're crying and complaining about food the same way you cried and complained to the white man about civil rights. The white man gave you civil rights. Now you are at the bottom of every social totem pole. You're at the bottom of education. You're at the bottom of poverty. Do you know that the average black middle-class family could only last 1 month if they were to get fired from their job tonight? The average black middle-class family could only survive 1 month without a job. 1 month, 4 weeks. The average white middle-class family can survive 1 year if they were to get fired from their job. You asked for it. You wanted equality. Now you're equal with white people. Now when you get fired, a middle class, not poverty. Now when you get fired, you can't last but 1 month. A white person, a white family that's middle class, he gets to last a year. There's your equality. White people, when white people commit crimes, they don't go to jail. They become police officers and get immunity. When you commit a crime, or even if you don't commit a crime, you go to jail for 25 years, 50 years. When white crackheads had crack in their possession, they went to jail for 20 years. When white fentanyl users have fentanyl, they go to rehab. There's your equality. You asked for it. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be treated like white people. You wanted to be treated equally. Well, there's your equality. Now shut the hell up. Now you wanted a black Supreme Court justice. You wanted 2 of them. Now you have 2 of them. And both of them, neither of them have your interests. When that when the government was just shut down 2 months ago, it was Ketanji Brown Jackson, the other black Supreme Court justice, who voted against Donald Trump giving welfare recipients their welfare. Happy civil rights, y'all. Dr. King's dream worked. You got 2 niggas that's Supreme Court justices, and neither of them like you. Neither of them can stand your guts. Ketanji Brown Jackson voted against you receiving welfare and aid during the government shutdown. You can go look that up. That's the truth. She's the one who struck down getting welfare for all of welfare recipients while the government was shut down. A black woman that you wanted to be the Supreme Court justice. God is going to give you what you asked for. That's what you better remember. You want that Rolls Royce? You want a bill? You want to live like Jay-Z? Well, guess what? You're going to end up like Puffy because that's what you want. You're willing to do anything to get what you want. God is going to give it to you. You want to hit the lottery? You want to be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire? You're going to be R. Kelly. That's who you're going to be. He also was a multi-millionaire at one point. P. Diddy was a billionaire at one point. Do you understand? God is going to give you what you want. This is the perfect example of it that we're reading about right now. You ask for food. Oh, God is going to give you food. And Moses said, the people among whom I am are 6. Did I finish 20? This is verse 20. Even a whole month until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have despised the Most High, which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? Verse 21. And Moses said, the people among who I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Verse 22. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them, or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? Once again, you better be content with what you have. You better be content through all stages of your life, because if not, God is willing to give you what you want. This is verse 23. This is chapter 11, verse 23. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Hayad, Yahweh, the Quatazar, Itha, Thara'ah, Hayakorak, Debaria, La'ah. Verse 24. Waya Taza'ah, Mashah, Waya Debar, Al, Ha'ain, Ath, Debaria, Yahweh, Waya Asa, Shebayim, Ayash, Mazaquanya, Ha'ain, Waya Imad, Atham, Sabyabath. Salaki, I don't know why I read it like that. Salaki. Sabyabath. Ha'ahal. Verse 25. Wayarad, Yahweh, Ba'ainan, Wayabar, Alyua, Wayatazal. Wayatazal. Man, Harawak, Ashar, Alyua, Wayathan, Al, Shabayim, so like Shabayim, Ayash, Hazaquanyam, Wayahaya, Kanawath, so like I'm sorry, Kanawach, Al-Yaham, Salakia, Al-Yaham, Harawak, Wayathanabawa, Wala'ah, Yasapwa, verse 26. Wayasha'awa, Salakia, Wayasha'arawa, Wayasha'arawa, Shanya, Anashim, Bamakana, Sham, Ha'achad, Aladad, Washam, Hashanya, Mayadad, Watanach, Al-Yaham, Harawak, Wahama, Baba, Salakia, Bakathabium, Wala'ah, Yataza'awa, Ha'alaha, yeah, Ha'alaha, Ha'ala, oh, Salakia, Ha'ahala, all right, Ha'ahala, Wayathanabawa, Bamachana, verse 27. Wayarataza, Hana'ar, Wayagad, Lamashah, Wayamar, Aladad, Wamayadad, Mathanabyaham, Bamachana, verse 28. Waya'ain, Yahawashai, so like Yahawashai, Ban, Nawan, Masharath, Mashah, Mabakariwa, Wayamar, Adanya, Mashah, Ala'am, verse 29. Wayamar, Lawa, Mashah, Hamakona'ah, Atha, Laya, Wamaya, Yathan, Kal, Ain, Yahweh, Nabayayim, Kaya, Yathan, Yahweh, Ath, Rarakawa, Al-Yaham. All right, this is Numbers chapter 11 and verse 23. And the Most High said unto Moses, is the Most High's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now, excuse me, thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Most High, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Most High came down in the cloud, and spake unto him, and took of the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my Lord Moses, forbid them. Verse 29. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake with the Most High that all, Salakia, with the power that all the Most High's people were prophets, and that the Most High would put his spirit upon them. This is verse 30, Numbers chapter 11 and verse 30. Waya Sa, Masha Al, Hamakana, Hawa'a, Wazaquanya, Yasha Allah, verse 31. Waraka, Salaki, Warak, Nasai, Masha, Yahweh, Wayagaz, Shalom, Man, Hayam, Wayasat, Salaki, Wayatash, Wayatasha, Al, Hamahana, Kararak, Yawam, Ka, Wakadarak, Yawam, Ka, Sabayabwa, Yabawath, Sabayabawath, Hamakana, Waka Amathium, Al, Panya, Ha'arataza, verse 32. Wayaquam, Ha'ain, Al, Hayawam, Hahawa'a, Wakal, Halayala, Wakal, Yawam, Hamakarath, Wayasatwa, Af, Hashalwa, Hamamayayat, Asap, Aishara, Kamarium, Wayashatakwa, Laham, Shadawak, Sabayabwath, Sabayabwath, yes, Sabayabawath, Hamakana, verse 33. Habashar, Iwadunya, Bayan, Shana Yaham, Taram, Yakarath, Wa'ap, Yahweh, Kara, Ba'ain, Wayak, Yahweh, Ba'ain, Makah, Rabah, Ma'ad. Verse 34. Wayakara, Ath, Sham, Hamakuram, Hawa'a, Kwabarawath, Hatha Awa, Kaya, Sham, Kwabarawa, Ath, Ha'ain, Hamathawayim, verse 35. Makwabarawath, Hatha Awa, Nasa Iowa, Ha'ain, Katazarawath, Wayahaya, Bakatazarawath, Salakia, excuse me, Bakatazarawath, verse 36. Or sorry, excuse me, this is Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. What the bar, Mariam, all right, Mariam, what a Haran, Bamasha, Al, Arawath, Ha'asha, Hakashayath, Ashar, Laquak, Kaya, Asha, Kashayath, Laquak. Let's go to Numbers chapter 11 and verse 30. Numbers chapter 11, verse 30. And Moses gat him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from the Most High, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on the side. The Lord gave them bread more than they could stomach. Now he's giving them quail that they don't have to hunt. They go and just fall from the sky. That's the God that we serve in the UPK under Command and Yahanna. You wondering what are we going to do about ICE? What are we going to do to get free from our oppressor? We're doing it every day in the UPK. We're simply obeying the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments, and loving our brother the way we love God. That is what we're doing. And that is all you need to do. Your job is to come in the truth and learn at the foot of the men Command and Yahanna set up. Obey the Lord and to love your brother. Those two things are going to usher in the kingdom of heaven. That's it. You leave everything else to us. You come in here and obey God and love your people. God is going to take care of the rest. Just like he took care of the quail and the bread. Did they have to go out and find the grain to make the bread? Did they have to go out with spears or with bow and arrow and shoot the quail? No, God literally delivered it to us. the way he's going to deliver us justice. But you have to do something. And it starts with disobeying, so I shouldn't say disobey anybody. I was going to say disobey your oppressor. You don't have to disobey the laws of the white man. You could absolutely keep the laws of your oppressor, but you have to obey the Most High. You got to start obeying him. And you better obey him better than you obey your oppressor. Because some of you niggas, y'all driving without insurance and you speed. That's against the white man's laws. You better obey God better than you obey the white man. That's all I'm going to tell you. You better obey the Most High better than you obey your oppressor. Everyone understand? And let them fall by the camp as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers. And they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. Verse 33. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Most High was kindled against the people. And the Most High smote the people with a very great plague. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people that lusted. That's what happens to you lustful pieces of garbage in the Christian church, in the Republican National Convention, and the Democratic Party. You black men and women, Hispanic, Native Indian brothers and sisters who are lustful for what your oppressor has, that is going to be you. You're going to lust so much and you're going to get everything you lust for, and you're going to die with your oppressor while the rest of us are safe in the chariots of God. Verse 35. And the people journeyed from Kibroth unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth. This is Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam, and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. Remember, it is a law to not marry outside of your race. But while Moses was in the world in the wilderness, before the Lord chose him to get his people out of Egypt, he married an Hamite woman, a heathen woman, an Ethiopian woman. And so Miriam and Aaron, or does it say Miriam and Aaron? Miriam or Miriam in the Hebrew, and Aaron, Aharon in the Hebrew, his brother and sister, they spake against him, meaning they charged him for it. Nigga, why you get this white woman? Why are you sleeping? If she can't bring your comb, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Why you get this old Hamite? That's what they're telling. This is what it means to speak against him. They're charging him for marrying this heathen woman, as is our culture and our custom. All right. This is Numbers chapter 12 and verse 2. Waya Amarawa, Harak, Ak, Bamashah, Debar, Yahweh, Hala'ah, Gam, Banawa, Debar, Waya Salakia, Waya Shema, Yahweh. Verse 3. Wahayash, Masha, Ainua, Ma'ak, Salakia, Ma'ad, Makal, Ha'adam, Ashar, Al, Punya, Ha'adama. Verse 4. Wayamar, Yahweh, Patha'am, Patha'amah, Al, Masha, Wa'al, Aharon, Wa'al, Mariam, Tazawa. By the way, just so y'all know, it's the same name as Mary. Miriam and Mary are the same name in the Hebrew, Mariam, which means she is blessed. You understand? Mary, Miriam, same name. Different women, same name. Mariam, Tazawa, Shalashafkam, All, Ahal, Ahal, Mawa'id, Wea Tazawa, Shalashafkam. Verse 5. Wayarad, Yahweh, Ba'ai Mawad, Ainan, Waya Aimad, Bathak, Ha'ahal, Ha'ahala, Waya Qura'ah, Aharan, Wamarayim, Waya Tazawa, Shanyaham. Verse 6. Waya Amar, Shemaiah, Na'ah, Dabaria, Yahya, Nabaya Kam, Yahweh, Bamara'ah, Auyua, Athawadai, Bakalawam, Adabar, Bawa, verse 7. La'a call, Ibadia, Masha, Bakal, Bayathia, Naaman, Hawa'a, verse 8. Pa, Adabar, Bawa, Wamara'a, Wala'a, Bakayadath, Watamanath, Yahweh, Yabyata, Salakia, Yabyat, Wamadawai, La'a, Yara'ath, Yara'atham, Ladabar, Ladabar, Ba'ibadia, Bamasha. This is Numbers chapter 12 and verse 2. And they said, had the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? Had he not spoken also by us? And the Most High heard it? Oh, Salakia, and the Most High heard it. Verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And this is how you know, for context, Moses didn't write. He's not writing in Genesis, Revelation, or Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. These are men that are rolling with Moses that are documenting these things. Does everyone understand? This is how the Bible is comprised. There's something called scribes, and even in our oppressors' military, they get it from the Bible. There is a job, a MOS, a rate that is called a scribe. In boot camp, they have somebody called in Esau's Navy a yeoman or a scribe, which means they are there to document everything that takes place in that compartment. If somebody has a nosebleed, they document it. This is how ancient time books are written. This is how history was written down. That's why you know about the Phoenicians and these civilizations, not because of some white paleontologists who found bones in Africa, but because there are stories that are comprised in people or races or nations' history books. This Bible is a book about the Israelites. The Bible is not a book for everybody. It's a book to the Israelites, by the Israelites, for the Israelites. The same way the Constitution was written by white men, for white men, by white men. It's the same thing. There's somebody there documenting stories, a yeoman, a scribe. They're writing these things down. That's why it says in chapter 12, verse 3 of Numbers, now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Verse 4, and the Most High spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Most High came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. Verse 6, and he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Most High, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. Verse 7, my servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. Verse 8, with him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Most High shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And we're going to finish that next Sabbath service next Saturday. With that, I imagine just me up here. SHALAM to Israel. Everyone stand. We'll pun your uncle down, which means to rise and face the east. All right, so we don't go through this problem again. Just give me 1 second. Rise and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
All right. Abanawa, Shema Shemai, Kudah, Shaya, Shemkai, Yahweh, Malakuka, Taba'a, Ratazak, Aya, Sha, Barataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashemai, the Thulanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yuam, Wasalachanawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalachnawa, Kawawathinawa, Wala'a, Kabia'anawa. But it said one, the ball, I was shy now, my young rod, Kaya, Laka, I'm a Lakwa, while Allah, the power of life, will my mom. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, that will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Let's do it again. All right. I.S.U.P.K, the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahusha, Babu Kusha, Felana, Bakak, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, or Kal Madwa, Kak, La Tahar, Amatazarai, Kak, La Hakim, Amafi, Makak, Awakawa, Tama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashim Yahusha, Wadaman. Yahweh, in the name of Yahusha, please give us the power to heal all men of sickness and all men of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. The prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayashala, Wahab, Yatsapar, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Wadaman. What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel in the school. Bless you and shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Ayanda, Ahahari, Ma'ayan, Naba'a, Izaria, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemai, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Namawat, Regalka, Al-Yanwam, Shemarka, Yana, La'a, Yanwam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tizalka, Al-Ya, Yamninka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayla, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalra, Yashmar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashmar, Taza'at. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayim, Al the Mayalaka, Al the Karach, Al the Shakwat, Al the Yahanna, Al Yapika, Yahama Yuan, Mashanai, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Alaimaka, Yarayama, Sawa, Wayafaya Aita, the Wa, Al to that Poenica, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanataki, the Mogoya, Wala, Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Aita, the Wa, La, Yakadua, Aluka, Baryak, Yakarathua, Ahol, Adawan, Wayashama Ali, Mawa Abba, Wahangar, the Ball, Wa'amalak, Wa'amalak. Shot, Shot, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayat, Zarawai, Bunyawat, Salat, Shah, Lahum, Kamadin, Kasayasara, Kayabin, Bonapal, Koyashwan, Nashamata, Ba'ayanda Ara, Iowa, Damam, Nadaba, Shay Thumba, Nadayatwa, Kaira, Ukazaba, Ukazaba, Ukazalana, Kalana Sia Kamwa, Ashar, Amawa, Nairusha, Nawa, Naawa, Alahayat, Alahayat, Shay Thumba. Kagawla, Kakwash, the Panyawaka, Ka'ash, the Ma'ayria Ira, Wakalahaba, the Lahat, Haryam, Khan, the Redakma, Basa Ira, Wabasawa Papa, the Bahalam, Mala'at, Panya, Kwalawan, Way of Kwashwa, Shamkai, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Yapsalak, Way of Hawa, Ayah, Way of Parwa, Way of Bagda, Way of Ira, Kaya, Atha, Shamkai, Yahawa, Labaka, Al, you want, Al call, Rataza Aman. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasam, which perished at Endor, They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Sabbath and as Yahanna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. The prayer for the blessings of the power structure. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah, wa Yaka Allah, wa Allah Hayy, Batizabi, Allah Wap Yahanna, ha Allah Wap, ha Saranya, ha Quatas Yandin, ha Fayyalim, wa Wafi, Yahweh, ba Shib Yahweh Shah, to what I'm on. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, Barak, Salakia. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, Barak, Yahweh Shah, Barakathum, Yahanna, Sar, face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Yahanna, dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K, under commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.